"Your family isn't coming for Christmas," the nurse said coldly, her words slicing through the quiet of my room like a winter wind. She smirked, like she enjoyed twisting the knife, watching the hope drain from my eyes. But she didn't know. I had invited my own surprise guests, and they were about to turn her cruel certainty into the biggest shock of her life. My name is Rose, and at 82 years old, I've outlived more joys and sorrows than most can imagine. I've been at Whispering Pines nursing home for the past 14 months, ever since a bout of pneumonia left me too weak to live alone in the old house where I raised my family. It's a modest place, faded wallpaper in the halls, meals that are nutritious but bland, and nurses who range from kind to indifferent. My son, Thomas, lives clear across the state with his wife and 2 young kids. He's a teacher, just like I was for 35 years, molding young minds in elementary school. He can't visit often. Life gets in the way. But every Christmas, we connect over video, sharing stories and laughter. Christmas has always been my anchor, especially our family tradition. The secret guests dinner. Each year, we'd invite someone unexpected, a neighbor in need, an old friend, or even a stranger with a story to tell. It wasn't about fancy food or presents. It was about opening your heart. Christmas doesn't need gifts. It needs people, the warmth of shared moments that make you feel alive, no matter how many candles are on your cake. This year, though, that warmth was threatened from the start. One small cruelty building on another, until it felt like a deliberate campaign to dim our holiday lights. It began subtly, with Nurse Brenda's offhand comments during med rounds. She'd hand me my pills with a sigh and mutter, "Old people get too emotional about holidays. It's just another day." Emotional? As if feeling joy was a flaw at our age. I brushed it off at first. Maybe she was having a bad week, but it escalated. A few days later, as I wheeled myself to the common room for afternoon tea, I overheard Brenda and another aide whispering in the kitchenette. "If we tell them no one's visiting, they'll stay quiet in their rooms," Brenda said, her voice low but clear. "Less hassle for us on Christmas Eve. We can clock out early." Hassle? We were hassle to them? The words lodged in my chest like a stone. They were planning to isolate us, to rob us of even the hope of company, just to make their shifts easier. Undeterred, I asked about decorations during lunch. Last year, we'd had a little tree in the lobby, strung with paper ornaments we'd made ourselves. "Any plans for lights this year?" I inquired politely. Brenda fixed me with that smirk again. "Decorations are for families that visit, not here. Most of you don't get visitors anyway." The room went quiet, heads bowed over trays. It wasn't true. Some did get calls, cards, but her words made us feel abandoned, unworthy of even a string of tinsel. Then came the phone incident. I wanted to call Thomas, just to hear his voice and confirm our video chat, but when I reached for the communal phone in the hall, Brenda intercepted. "It's out of order today," she said flatly. Out of order? I glimpsed her later, using what looked like my personal cell phone from my room drawer to snap selfies with her colleagues. "Smile for the gram," she laughed. She'd taken it without asking, probably during a room check. My privacy invaded, my connection severed. The peak of it all came that afternoon as I sat by my window watching snowflakes drift. I confided in Brenda during her check-in, my voice soft. "My son always calls on Christmas Eve. It's our tradition." She leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed. "Not this year. You should get used to being alone. Families forget. It happens. Alone." The word echoed, cruel and final. Tears pricked my eyes, but I didn't let her see. The accumulation of these barbs, the mocking of our emotions, the plot to silence us, the denial of decorations, the stolen phone, and that heartless prediction. It wasn't just unkindness, it was emotional warfare, stripping us of dignity under the guise of care. How dare they decide our worth, our holidays? I'd taught children for decades about kindness, inclusion. Now it was time to teach these adults a lesson. The turning point arrived like a quiet miracle, hidden in the depths of my nightstand drawer. That afternoon, feeling the weight of Brenda's words, I rummaged for an old photo album to lift my spirits. There, tucked beneath faded pictures, was a small envelope I'd forgotten, mailed by Thomas weeks ago. "Mom, open on Christmas Eve," the label read in his familiar scrawl. My hands trembled as I tore it open. Inside, a handmade card from the grandkids, drawings of reindeer and stars, and a note. "We're coming, and we're bringing surprise guests. Love, Thomas, Sarah, and the kids." Tears flowed freely now. Joy, not sorrow. They were coming, despite the distance, despite everything. I clutched the card to my chest, whispering, "You think I'm alone? You'll see." In that moment, despair flipped to determination. Brenda's cruelty wouldn't win. My family's love would shine brighter. Justice, in my book, isn't about shouting. It's about quiet preparation, letting actions speak. With renewed energy, I retrieved my old flip phone from a hidden spot in my knitting bag. No one monitored it. They assumed us tech-illiterate fossils. I texted Thomas. They said nobody is coming. Enter through the side door, quietly. His reply buzzed back almost instantly. "We're almost there. And we brought company. Hang tight, Mom." While waiting, I slipped into the common room during a lull. No one noticed an old lady puttering about. I pulled out my mini Christmas tree from last year, battery operated, twinkling softly, and set it on a side table. From my room, I fetched a checkered tablecloth, spreading it over the coffee table. A bowl of peppermint candies, saved from Halloween, added a festive touch. It wasn't grand, but it was ours. A simple haven of holiday spirit. Brenda passed by, spotting my efforts. "Decorating for no one?" she sneered, shaking her head. I just smiled, serene. "You'll see," I thought. The reckoning unfolded at 7:10 p.m. like a scene from a holiday tale. The side door creaked open, unlocked as per my tip. In stepped Thomas, his face lighting up when he saw me. Behind him, my daughter-in-law, Sarah, the 2 grandkids bouncing with excitement, and 3 unfamiliar faces, adults in their 40s smiling warmly. "Mom!" Thomas hugged me tight. "These are your surprise guests, former students of yours. They heard about our tradition and wanted to join." Brenda, rounding the corner with her coffee, froze. Her cup nearly slipped. I thought nobody," she stammered, eyes wide. Thomas turned, his voice firm but calm. "We heard what you told my mother, about families not coming, about being alone." Word spread fast. Other residents emerged from their rooms, drawn by the voices. Mrs. Ellis from down the hall piped up, "She told us our families wouldn't come too. Said to get used to it." Murmurs of agreement rippled, stories of similar taunts. Brenda's face drained of color. The manager, Mr. Dawson, alerted by the commotion, rushed in. "What's going on here?" Thomas explained, residents chiming in with their grievances. Dawson's expression hardened. "Brenda, this is unacceptable. You're suspended, effective immediately. Go home, now." As she slunk away, tail between her legs, the lobby transformed. Thomas plugged in holiday music from his phone. Sarah unpacked cookies and hot cocoa from a cooler. Laughter filled the air, grandkids chasing each other, former students sharing memories of my classroom. "Mrs. Rose taught me to read," one said. "Changed my life." The warmth spread. Other residents joined, their isolation forgotten in the glow. But the deepest twist came as the evening wound down. One of my former students, now a successful lawyer, pulled me into a hug. "You taught us kindness, Mrs. Rose. Tonight, we brought it back to you, your secret guests, just like the tradition." I smiled, feeling decades melt away. A Christmas without family is sad, but a Christmas with love, even from surprise guests, is perfect. Let me take you deeper into how this all built up, because the little moments are what made the cruelty sting so sharply and the victory taste so sweet. Brenda's initial jabs weren't isolated. They were part of a pattern. "Old people get too emotional," she'd say it during group activities, dismissing our excitement for holiday movies or carol sing-alongs. It chipped away at our spirits, making us question if joy was indeed a burden. Overhearing their plan in the kitchenette, it wasn't eavesdropping. I'd gone for a cup of water. Their whispers revealed a callous strategy. Keep us subdued, minimize work. They'll stay quiet, as if we were children to be managed, not adults with feelings. The decoration denial hit hard. Last year's tree had been a beacon. Residents contributed ornaments, sharing stories. Brenda's "not for families that don't visit" implied we were unloved, forgotten. It isolated us further, amplifying loneliness. The phone theft? Brazen. I'd left it charging. She must have pocketed it during a safety check. Seeing her use it for selfies, laughing while I worried, felt like a violation of trust. Her final taunt, "Get used to being alone," came when I was vulnerable, staring out at the snow. It was designed to break me, but instead, it steeled me. Finding Thomas's envelope? Providence. His note, the grandkids' drawings. It reignited hope. Texting him was risky. If caught, who knows? But the side door tip worked perfectly. Preparing the room, therapeutic. The mini tree's lights flickered like defiance. The tablecloth, a relic from home, brought comfort. The arrival moment, electric. Brenda's shock, priceless. Thomas's confrontation, backed by resident stories, turned the tide. Dawson's swift action, satisfying. Whispers of past complaints suggested this was overdue. The party? Magical. Music swelled, cookies crumbled, stories flowed. My students' presence, a twist Thomas arranged via old class reunions, added layers. "You inspired me to pursue law," one shared. It wasn't just family, it was legacy. That hug and their words, healing. We saved Christmas together, not with grandeur, but with presence. Policies changed post-incident. Better staff training, resident feedback sessions, guaranteed holiday access. Remember, cruelty thrives in isolation, but love arrives unannounced. If told you're alone, invite your own surprises. Christmas is people, secret guests included. Here's to warmth, unexpected and profound.